Welcome back.
Here we are with another episode.
Episode 5. Yep, episode
5.
Shout out to Micah Knight and Daddy Dan doing the first 3 episodes with me because I was stuck in Canada. And now we're here.
And he's back. Oh, have you spoke about how you got back?
Actually, no, because I haven't done a podcast since I got back.
Let him know how you got back, where you had to go
Jesus
through, man.
Christ.
Oh, my God. And I was begging for that Juzzy back in Australia. I was going, get my boy back. Dude, just tell him this. Like,
Mate, I was begging to get back. Fucking Jesus. We cut communication here and there. And then it'd be like, fuck me, I want to just get home. Because I'll tell you right now, North America is not like Australia. It's fucked with COVID. The whole rest of the world is. It's Australia and New Zealand that I know of that are doing well.
yeah, we're the only... Yeah, dude, we're living the
I mean, I'm
spoils, man.
sure someone will tell us someone else is doing well, but that's all I fucking know of. The rest of the world that I often visit, which is America, Canada, UK, Europe, Germany, France, wherever I fucking go, they're fucked. So, sorry. Shout out to those guys. That sucks. I don't pray, but thoughts and prayers, whatever.
Dude, in Australia, we are so lucky here. Like, very lucky that we're still living like normal lives. Obviously, Melbourne copped it.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to Melbourne because that was just
And we
something.
love Melbourne.
We love Lucas City. We love Melbourne.
Lucas City 2019. Can it do 2020, the summer of 2021? Brizzy's looking good, man. Because I don't know what's open in Melbourne. I don't know. Send us a message on Instagram, guys, at Breadgang TV. You might see URBOYCAMBAZ, your boy Cam Baz on. He's got over 10,000 followers. We said in episode 3, we shouted Cam out in episode 3. I reckon that might have done it.
That's what happened. That's what it was. Give me that 10K.
The podcast is strong. The viewership is strong, guys. No, it's been a great start. I advertised it once. We got 100 followers or whatever. That's good shit. Mike's smelling my socks in the background. How do they smell, Mickey?
Not quite as bad as mine.
He said not as bad as his. I'm happy with that. Cam's dealt with my smelly socks before.
Oh, man. Judge's smelly clothes in general, I dare say. I'm not far behind, though.
Yeah, we're Smelly Socks Europe 2017.
Anyway, Juzzy, dude, we all want to hear you getting back to Australia.
So, guys, I'm back in Australia. Thanks for having me. Okay, let's make... Yeah, expensive. 5 figures. Yeah. Oh, man, that was the cheapest flight I could find. I was looking at 2025. It was 10. It was $10,000 for a flight. For one flight, fucking 15 hours. I can't remember who I flew with, to be honest. And then I sat in isolation for 2 weeks, and that was $3,000. So...
The cheapest holiday I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. Mike, we can't communicate with you because they probably can't hear you, fella.
Jonesy.
We're using Mike's couch, mate. If we get a third input, you'll be the first guest. Yeah, guys. So I flew home a couple of weeks ago now. About a month ago, I probably got home.
With
did
the 2 weeks. With the quarantine. Yeah.
And we got straight back into filming.
Oh, no, marking, yeah.
Everyone begged us to go to schoolies. We went. Fucking, it was a shit show. It wasn't like other years, but...
No, nowhere near other years. But we still made it happen. We still made it work.
And shout out to the class of 2020 for graduating. Fucking, wouldn't be my favourite year to graduate. I'll tell you that for nothing. So... Year 12 would have been, if you had a crack academically, it would have been pretty hectic, I reckon. Like fucking COVID, all this shit. I don't know. How'd the scores go? Is everyone dumber or smarter for it? What do you reckon?
Well, less school.
You dumb cunts.
To be fair, more days off.
Hmm.
Like when you're in school, you get suspended. I got suspended multiple times. I got kicked out for being too disruptive.
Did you? We don't know that much about each other's early life. Well, I know you.
Entertainment. But yeah, no. Yeah, all the day. I would have been loving that if I was in year 12, all those extra days off, man.
Yeah, I would have too. I took the same amount of days off in year 12 that they got this year, didn't we, Mike? I might go for the 9:30 assembly. Yeah, that's it. I might go for the 9:30 assembly. Then we're all back to mine or Logan's or Mike's making Asian food or some shit. No, year 12 was a good time. Albany Creek State High School in north of Brisbane. I'm sure they were glad to get rid of me, but I had a few, what would you call it? Well, siblings underneath me. They were troublemakers too. All right, so I got back to Australia. Guys, we got off on a tangent pretty easily, so be patient with us. send us feedback to the Instagram at BreadGangTV. We'd love to hear it. Any questions, anything, topics you want to hear us talk about. We're pretty retarded at podcasting. I'm sure you guys are enjoying it. Thank you for enjoying it. But yeah, so we go off on tangents easily. So I'll finish this story without interrupting myself if I can. So I was stuck in, Cam and I did UK, then we went to Miami, then we went to Cancun spring break. That was fun. And then COVID's gone wild. We're going to calls from home. Cam's old man's like, come home, Cammy. And lucky he did, because after that, everything closed up for a month or so until it started easing down.
I got back about 4 days, I reckon, before they made the rule where you had to go quarantine for 2 weeks. I just got back in time, yeah.
Oh, was it? Did it show up that quick in Australia? Yeah.
That close, man. My family's going, my friends are going, come back, Cam, come back. Obviously, 'cause that's when they came basketball back in their life,
right, yeah.
but...
Yeah. People were shouting to me, come back, but I had business to take care of in Canada. No, I went to Canada for personal reasons for my relationship. And then, I was stuck in Canada all year. Ended up doing most of the year on my own, which is fine. I can handle. I like my own company, guys. If you don't like your own company, seek to improve that, because it's actually really important to like your own company.
No,
on a
definitely,
mental health
guys. You're enjoying your own company is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Enjoying your own company. A mixture is good. Family, company, your friends, your own company. Enjoy your relaxation time. Enjoy it all, but it's a mixture is healthy. You don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to enjoy your own company too much, which is still healthy. They enjoy your own company, but you don't want to isolate yourself. You want family, friends, good company, and good energy. And good energy. You want just a flow, a mixture of all.
So I thought I'd throw that in because Cam and I live quite a healthy life, as unorthodox as we are, and just pretty reckless and stuff. We live quite a healthy life. And we take mental health and that seriously, as you have to. And as you should in 2020, guys. So speak up and seek to enjoy your own company for sure. So then I spent most of my time alone in Canada. Ended up finding a flight home from Boston, which is.
And where'd you go in Canada? Talk about Canada, because not even I've heard the full story of Canada, man.
Yeah,
tell us everywhere you went, what you done. I'm sure everyone's keen. It's good. Everyone watches. If you guys watch our videos, you've seen Juzzy in Canada doing the content. Bro, talk us through it.
Yeah.
I'm actually keen to hear it myself.
Well, I was making a bit of money under the table. Legally. Come on, guys. No, so I spent most of my time in Vancouver, in and around Vancouver, a couple of cities near Vancouver. I spent a decent amount of time in Kelowna, which is a COVID hotspot right now. And it was when I was there as well. Kelowna is gorgeous. Kelowna is how I would describe it is Byron Bay in Australia. It's like a special place. It's cool. Now, I don't know the similarities. You might not think the town's the same or anything like that, but it's got that vibe. It's like a good holiday spot. Really
I'm
cool
keen
place.
to get back to Canada for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go to Canada the next year or so, no doubt in my mind. As soon as the borders open up, back to North America. Little college tour maybe around USA
who wants
and
to
Canada.
see a college tour? College parties?
I mean, I don't want
Cheers.
I don't want to plan too far ahead, but I mean,
maybe. I'm sure you guys would love to see, because no one's really done that. Gone into the scene, interviewed, and you know what I mean? It's pretty...
Yeah. Get right into the frat parties, baby.
The frat parties, especially Australians. I don't think anyone's done that.
And no one goes as hard as Aussies, so me and Cam would come in there and take over. Sorry, but North America, I mean, you saw the fucking content. It's not a secret. Fucking Aussies rule the world, cunt.
We are the funniest, most entertaining people in the world. I'm just saying that.
Humbly, of course. Humbly.
Humbly.
So I went a few spots around. I went to a couple islands. I was on a few ferries. I don't know. I went to... Yeah, I can't remember everywhere I went because I was traveling quite quick as well. But I didn't venture too far out of Vancouver. Canada's a bigger country than Australia. Canada's a big country, so I didn't make it over to Toronto because that side of Canada was actually doing poorly with COVID and that. I'm not sure where Canada went wrong because they just skyrocketed throughout the year. They were on par with Australia, just low numbers, and Australia just
Americans sneaking over the border. That's what it was.
Maybe. Excuse me, guys. So from there, I went to Miami, hit a Trump rally, hit a few nightlife spots in and around Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Miami, to be fair, to credit to the North Americans on the East Coast, Southern East Coast, they're fucking rowdy, bro. And like they call that, I heard it a number of times, they call that the Australia of America. So I don't know how you would refer to people from Florida, Floridians. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever come up with.
They call them.
I just made that up. Who knows?
Floridians.
Floridians.
It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Floridian. Floridian.
I like that. So, yeah, they're lit. They're fun, bro. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're different. I love Los Angeles as well. Los Angeles would be my... Or maybe Las Vegas. I probably spent more time in Las Vegas, actually. I've spent months in Las Vegas at a time. Me and Mike did a good stint in Las Vegas. That was a good time. Hey, Mikey. Florida was lit. So then I made my way to Boston after that. And I had this plan to get home to Australia because Australia was only letting a certain number of people from overseas back home.
So what, like a waiting list sort of thing? Was it like a waiting list, or like did you get a date, or you just like
No, this
had
is
to time it right?
So they were forcing like airlines to only book a certain number of tickets. This is to my knowledge. So if someone's more knowledgeable than me, fair enough. Comment below.
Someone's more knowledge than him. Let him know, please.
It's my third homebrew of the fucking night, boys, and they're monsters.
Oh, you know, these are big homies, man.
So this is my grand plan. So the point is, the airlines had a monopoly. So there's a number of tickets and a fuckload of Aussies trying to get home.
Is that how it works?
Of course, it's supply and demand. So
Bit of bingo.
They just went whoosh with the prices, right? And people trying to get home for Christmas, yada yada yada, trying to whatever, right? So
siphon out the week in the port, pretty much.
basically, it was.
Wow, I had no idea it was
this
like
is
that,
this
man.
is my understanding of it.
Yeah,
no one's
yeah.
told me this. This is what I assume.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking idiot, but I'm not Einstein either. So whatever.
You're close to it though.
Yeah, sometimes,
close
boys.
to it.
After a couple of homebrews, these give you fucking Harry Potter powers, I reckon. So, I had a grand plan that I found this flight that went to New Zealand, and I saw online, and it's always changing. The rules are always changing.
Juzzy has told me this, and it is a grand plan, and you nearly pulled it off.
Almost pulled it off. I was one day late, to my knowledge. So, my grand plan went like this: I would go on this flight to New Zealand because, from what I read online, New Zealand Australian citizens that live in New Zealand normally are allowed to return home. So with your Australian passport. So I've never been to fucking New Zealand in my life. So I called my Kiwi friend and I was like, give me an address in New Zealand. Where do I live? All right. Give me a little backstory. And if you come with a backstory, this is what I always find. If you want to lie to authorities, which I'm fantastic. I'm not a very good liar to my friends.
No, when it comes, okay, you know that one friend when police come over, you look to that friend to talk to police. Juzzy.
Is it, yes, me. Is it?
No,
yeah.
always.
Well, fair enough.
Always.
The reason I'm good at lying to authorities, guys, I'll give you little tips and tricks. Don't use this on your partner or your friends or your family because don't be a fucking useless cunt. Tell them the truth. But authority, like they're just playing by a set of rules, and so play by your own set of rules.
Fuck authority.
Yeah. So the way you lie, the reason I'm telling this story, I'm giving you, holy fucking shit. The reason I'm going off on this tangent is because I'm giving you a little bit of life advice, but really it relates back to my stories. I made up this story in my head with my friend. So when I'm at the airport communicating with the airport worker, you believe your own story, and then no one questions you. When you believe your own story, no one questions you. So when you're talking to authority, like a police officer or some shit, and you're trying to get out of it, create a story in your head, and you tell yourself inside your head, said, "This is the truth." I repeat, "This is the truth. This is the truth." I don't do that quite, but like, you know what I mean. For this little tactic for anyone learning this technique, so you create your own little story that makes sense, and it's like die with the lie, baby. You know what I mean?
You sell it.
Yeah, you rock with it.
You literally
Yeah.
sell what you're talking
So
about.
anyway, so I go to the airport. I'm in Boston. I flew in like 5 a.m. or some shit, and my flight was at like 10 p.m. So I'm just sitting around the airport. I kept going to the 7-Eleven for hot dogs and shit. And then came to my flight, and I'm rolling up, and like everyone's handing these COVID certificates over, and I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ! Like, I hope I'm COVID free. I hadn't had any symptoms all year, but if I'm honest, I didn't take the COVID stuff that seriously because I was living in a car most of this year. So it's like I was in survival mode, to be honest, and I was making money and shit. I had to live, so fucking whatever. And yeah, and I'm like, and you go to the COVID checkpoint. I'm like, fucking Jesus! Like, oh, where you from? Where you going? And I told them. And they're like, oh, you're right. So I didn't need a COVID certificate. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm through. I'm like, I'm going to get on this fucking flight. It's been 10 months. I've been away from my friends and my family, living a loner ass life. which I had a lot of fun, but I was missing out on a lot back home. My youngest brother's 21st birthday, you know what I mean? Like a lot of just really good stuff. I was trying to get home for my eldest brother's 30th birthday. That's what I was trying to make it home for. And if I got on this flight, which I didn't, spoiler alert, I would have made it. So,
And most of all, Canbass Cuddles he's missing out on.
and most of all, the
that's
bread
where he's
gang.
missing the most.
Oh, you can bet that. So I get to the front of the line and they're like, long story short, they asked for my pass into New Zealand. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have a pass into New Zealand. I pulled up the website and stuff I was on. I'm like, yeah, I live here. This is what's going on. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, as of today, you're meant to have this slip. Everyone's got to do it. And even if you're a New Zealand citizen. And the Kiwi guy next to me had his little slip. So I'm like, okay, well, I look like a fuckwit. But how was I meant to know? I didn't get an email about it. So whatever. I didn't have the slip. And he goes, all right, I'll make some calls for you. He's trying to call. I don't know who he calls. Like, government official people type thing. Nothing crazy. You're just like getting the correct advice. Am I allowed to let this fella onto the flight? He's trying to go home to his family, blah, blah, blah. I gave my sob story. And he came back and said, nah, but he's like, and I'm like, okay, can you drop me off in Brisbane? Because the reason I booked the ticket, I think we're terrible at telling stories. So because I think I skipped this part is it stopped over in Brisbane where I was trying to get to on the way to New Zealand, on the way to Auckland. So I had two plans. I get to Auckland. I'm not going into Kiwi quarantine. I would have said I'm not from here. Like as long as like just take me back to Australia or I'll buy a flight. I'm not going into your lame ass quarantine. Or I would have just got off the plane in Brisbane because it stopped over for a refuel.
Off the plane.
So I would have got off the plane.
Yeah.
What I would have done, I would have kicked and screamed. I would have made it fast. I would have said, I've got COVID. Like, get me off the fucking plane. Whatever it takes, get me off the fucking plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get me off the refuel in Brizzy. And it didn't work. I didn't even get let on the plane. So then I spent another couple of weeks in the US. You probably would have saw some content. I went to Las Vegas. I got fucking absolutely littered. Free booze if you're gambling. I made a lot of money. Then I lost a lot of money. Then I made a fuckload of money. Then I lost half of that.
Free booze while gambling. You cannot fuck with that because they do not have that in Australia.
Yeah, and you get
at
cheap
all.
tables as well. So if you're not even feeling it,
that's awesome.
you make friends. But in Las Vegas, I was in glass. You're in a glass box everywhere you go.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so if I sit at the blackjack table or the roulette table, if I was playing craps, craps standing up throwing the dice, you're in your own box. So it's just a fiberglass like thing in front of you, and
Bubble
you have
boy.
your own box here. So if we win or something, we're going like this through like glass. We're going.
Like the self-serve checkout. Like the self-serve checkout.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like the self-serve checkout at Woolworths, but more box, more fiberglass.
And we love more box here as well.
Cam loves more box.
Ain't gonna deny it.
So that's how I got home. And I think I butchered that story. We've had the homebrews fucking cranking all afternoon, so fuck it. Thanks, Moe. Cam smashed a few of your $2 bottles, fella.
Oh, sorry, Moe.
Not true. They're coming back alive, bro.
Yeah, that's the story, and I think
That's the story, and that's the fucking podcast. Cam and I
don't
know what we're doing.
Thanks for sharing that, because I haven't heard that myself, so it's good to hear the whole story. What
Yeah.
happened over there, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I could fit more into it, but I rambled on. That's plenty. Fuck it. Whatever. Guys, bread friends.
Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to.
But before we go,
drum roll.
little message from our sponsors, Fly Nasal Inhalers. Let's talk about it. Schwack 'em up, you nozzies.
If you're on a night out, smack 'em up, have a sniffy, and you're good to go.
Inhale and fucking live it up, boys. Fly Nasal Inhalers, a little company that contacted us in London, England. They're based out of Manchester,
Just
England.
we went home as well, wasn't
The
it?
day before we went home, they took a 4-hour train return trip just to see Cam and I. Bought us a couple of beers. I had a fish and chips. What'd you eat? Do you remember? Steak?
Maybe.
Yeah, fuck it, that'll do. Fits the
Steak will
description.
do, why not? Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd
Egg
eat.
and bacon roll, mate, from the footy.
So we cut a little deal with the
After a hard
boys.
game.
This is a part of the deal. Great fellas. Great fellas. They got big dreams for the company. We believe in the product. It's a good time. It makes sense. It fits our audience. Guys, buy one. Go on a night out. Get fucked up. Schnuff it up your nose. And you're good as gold. Fucking bread friends,
You're
cunt.
flying, boys. Let's get this bread. See you guys. Shimone.